full-service ad agency. In 2007, Rick got a client that changed everything about how he viewed advertising. Let me explain. At that time, Rick was exercising daily, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, and bike riding, and he couldn't understand why he kept gaining weight. So Rick's new client pointed out that his weight gain was the result of effective lobbying in advertising. Once Rick understood that lobbying and advertising had a connection, his weight went from 188 to his current weight of 162. So to learn more about how lobbying and advertising contribute to weight gain, please help me welcome Rick Goldman.
So in 2007, I got this client who was involved in marketing of weight loss surgery for hospitals. And the way you calculate obesity or overweightness hasn't changed. There's a formula that they use. And we created these charts for the client based on information he provided. So what it's showing there is back in 1985, the best states in the country with the lowest obesity had a rate of 1% of the population being obese, while the worst states had 14%. 10 years later, the best states had 10% obesity. It's going up at 1% a year. And by 2000, 15% obesity was the best states, while the worst were at 24% obesity. By 2007, when we created these slides, the best states had 20% obesity and the worst 30%. So I asked him, what is going on? And he said, remember when you were in elementary school, there was a fat kid? And I said, yeah, Tony was the fat kid. And he said, right, I had a fat kid in my school too. Now, a third of them are the fat kid. I said, why? And he said, well, remember your mom would pack lunch, it'd be a sandwich, some fruit, vegetables, maybe lettuce and tomato on that sandwich? I said, yeah, every day. And he said, not anymore. Now they get Lunchables. And the Lunchable has, I don't know if you can see it, 32 grams of sugar. How much sugar should a kid have in a day? Anyone know? And there's the problem. Most of us have no idea. Now, did you know pizza's a vegetable? It wasn't always, but there's a pizza company that makes 70% of the pizzas that are delivered to schools, and a lot of people were complaining high-fat, high-calorie content of pizzas, we should get them out of the schools. And certain lobbyists said, well, you know, that'd be bad for the business of my client, so it's got tomato sauce, let's call it a vegetable. And they protested and complained, and other people said, we're not going to be a nanny state. Let the kids decide what they want to eat. And so pizza's now a vegetable. According to the Center for Disease Control, by 2048, 100% of Americans will be overweight or obese. That's how fast it's growing. Our prepackaged foods contain a lot of interesting things like propylene glycol. It's in blueberry muffins, tastes really sweet, that's why they use it. But if I had a gallon of it right here, do you know what I could do with it other than making foods taste better? Antifreeze. That's propylene glycol. It's so delicious, they had to put child-proof caps because the kids would drink it and die. But a little in your muffins, I guess it's all right. Do you know what's missing from this label? It's missing from all labels. I'll show you an example right here. So carbohydrate, 29 grams, 10%. That's 10% of your minimum daily requirement of carbohydrates. But look what's missing. Sugar, 12 grams, no percentage. All labels are like that. They don't tell you the percentage. Know why? Because you'll never hear a doctor say, I'm sorry to tell you, you've got sugar deficiency disease. That is not a thing. We don't need sugar. We get plenty. There's instead a maximum daily limit on sugar. Do you know what the maximum daily limit is? No one knows. And they're not going to let you know. Sugar lobbying did that. They got an exception to the labeling law. Now here's the big lie. Coca-Cola says, hey, there's calories in everything. Don't blame us if you're overweight. Get off the couch. So they're blaming us for gaining weight. Now, according to the American Heart Association, this is right on the homepage of their website. 36 grams of sugar for men, maximum daily limit. Not a minimum daily requirement, maximum daily limit. For women, 24 grams. That's our maximum.
For men, it's 30.
Coffee drinkers. Did you put sugar in your coffee? How much? 2 packs? 2? That's a good number. These packs contain 2 grams. You got 4 grams of sugar today. You're way below your limit. Good for you. Our coffee drinkers are doing fine. Coca-Cola's website says Coca-Cola, 12-ounce can, regular size can, 39 grams of sugar. One Coke, you're over the limit for the day. Now, there are calories in everything. I could eat 2 apples and get 39 grams of sugar, or 1 Coke and 39 grams of sugar, and the apples have more calories. I should just drink a Coke, right? No. Here's the difference. The apples come with a whole lot of fiber. It causes me to absorb the sugar very, very slowly. My liver takes that sugar, puts it in short-term storage to keep me going throughout the day between meals. With Coke, there's no fiber. I instantly get 39 grams of sugar. My pancreas starts pumping out insulin. Insulin's job is to tell the liver, stop the short-term storage, go to long-term storage. Another name for that is fat. So now I want to show you 8 ounces of Coke, and the reason I want to show you 8 ounces of Coke is because that's less than what's in a can, but we're going to compare it to orange juice in a minute. 8 ounces of Coke, it says right there, is 26 grams. This is what 8 ounces looks like. I measured it. Now you may have noticed when you eat an orange, they're a little bit more sour than sweet. They're not sour like a lemon, but they've got citric acid and only 9 grams of sugar. But look at this. Minute Maid, 100% pure, 100% natural. It has, where's the sugar? 24 grams. Why would it taste so sweet like a Coke? A Coke, 8 ounces, 26 grams. Minute Maid, 24 grams. Oh yeah, that's because it's made by Coke. Tropicana, 22 grams of sugar, almost as much as a Coke. Why? Because Tropicana, 100% pure and natural, is made by Pepsi. But how can they be adding sugar? It's 100% natural pure. Oh yeah, they've been sued for that. Well, flavor packets. You're allowed to add flavor packets because think of this, it's January. We want orange juice, but you're not picking oranges in January. So you're storing all that juice in tanks. It's not going to taste the same as it did last summer. Oranges are really important. Agriculture is the #2 industry. Oranges are the #1 part of agriculture. Sugar is right up there near the top. So the two lobbyists are very powerful, and they said, hey, we got to sell it as 100% pure and natural because no one will buy it otherwise, and we do supply 40% of the world's orange juice supply right here in Florida. Come on, it'll be bad for business if you don't give us that exception. So they got an exception. They add flavor packets which contain flavor, aroma, and sugar. Eat an orange, don't drink orange juice. I was at the airport last month in Chicago, needed a drink, people are in line next to me. I fell for it. I fell for the marketing. It says, naked juice, pure juice, 100% natural, juice, juice, juice. The goodness inside, and look at the color of the liquid. It looks like something you scooped up out of a canal, so it must be good for you, right? But then I looked at the back label after I took a sip. 53 grams of sugar, are you kidding me? And not a drop of dietary fiber. I threw it away. That's what effective marketing does. There's a grocery store called Whole Foods, but do you know what the words Whole Foods means? These are whole foods. These are things that don't come in a box. They don't have a barcode. Real food. Food. Now you might be wondering if that's what I eat, and it is. What about the protein, Rick? Where are you getting your protein? You need protein. Well, who said you need protein? The USDA? They have 2 jobs. One is to promote agricultural products. The other is to tell us what we should eat. What's the #1 agricultural product? Beef and dairy. So what do they tell us to eat? Beef and dairy. But beef and dairy have been linked to obesity, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes by the Harvard Medical School and other research. But that's their job, is to tell us what to eat. So don't I have a protein shortage? Well, in November, I was in a triathlon, and out of all the people who did the triathlon as a relay, which means I only did the bike part, someone else did the run and the swim, I was #2. Not for my age. I was #2 out of everyone. That's what you can do with a protein shortage. There's no protein shortage. If you want to know more about it, here's a great book. It's the most comprehensive research ever done on nutrition. Hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thanks.